Welcome back to the Sobar Social Throwback Thursday. Woo! Brought to you in association with Sobar, Studio House, and the wonderful Double Impact. We're here today to bring you the very best from our archives, and today's very best is all about poetry. We're rejoining the Do or Die poets with their work, their wonderful prose, and their fantastic personalities, and we're going to bring you the best of what they've done for us so far. We're aiming for these Throwback Thursday shows to be something to guide us right into when we reopen and we have our own live Sobar Socials going on again. So for the time being, and without further ado, please, I'm going to show you a little introduction film about what the Do or Die poets do, how they do it, from the Nottinghamshire Poetry Festival in 2017. Thank you.
I believe that recovery is a creative act. So if you're trying to change your life and you're trying to get from where you are to somewhere else, it's an imaginative act, it's an imaginative leap.
So I was a little bit nervous because obviously it's like a poetry group and I write songs. Everyone's made me feel really welcome and all that sort of stuff, so it was nice.
For me, it's going to be a great confidence builder because again, I can say I've been there, I've done it, rolled with the big boys with some known poets, nymphs and frogs, and I'm looking forward to it really.
It feels really exciting. It feels like it's something that I've always held myself back from doing, and it's something that I know that I can do. And I've just got to basically get over this tonight, and then the future's right in front of me.
Give it up for Gavin! 1, 2. Right, my name's Gavin. I'm a recent member of Do or Die. Miggy's practically said everything. I want to say big up Miggy Angel. He's the creator of what we call the Bible, grime, curbstone, psalms. Big it up, right. I've got 2 pieces of work. I'm going to crack on with it. Right. Hashtag pigeons. I hate pigeons swirling above, swooping, waiting to deliver, all over your brand new garms. Before this, you arose with shining armour, brazen and set to rescue thy fair maiden from the rustic modern structure of masonry and cladding. Continue to be the optimist, dodge the rats with wings like a person with OCD dodges cracks on the ground. Mute out the sounds resonating on the lips of the enemy, words like daggers and chainsaws hacking at your wings. Raise thy shield aloft, arise from the violence, pollution and turmoil which has encapsulated you from birth. With stern posture, chest pronounced like an alpha dog. Approach thy fair maiden's house, tell her, my past, my future, my all, I give to you right now, let's bounce. Hashtag pigeons. Next one's light and dark. These are just things that some of them we've made in group. I'm just going to crack on. Okay, light and dark. The sunshine comes out, clears away the rain, breaks up the fog. The fog has been there for time. Time has elapsed, much time. Loved ones missing in the fog. Darkness, rain, the cold, and the hail. Sun comes out again, lightening the load and the strain on one's brain. Fresh, I step out in the morning, take a deep breath. For being here, for being alive, I am blessed. Strong black coffee keeps a bounce in my step. I contemplate where to, what next. One thing I'm certain, the darkness will return. I shall invest in a torch, a large one, stock up in batteries, and chase the darkness away. Thank you. Great audience. This number's called Addiction. Addiction, rock bottom, end of the road, out of control, slipping, falling, dragging your knuckles along the ground like some sort of caveman, skin torn, abrasion and sores. But I'm a master of guise. All the turmoil I hide inside. It's not a problem at all. My problem is minuscule. I tell myself I'll just have 1 drink or 2. I'll run around the block in the morning if I've got anything important to do. Nobody will have a clue. I'm a master of guise. I'm telling you, I don't have a problem at all. I'll stack excuses like bricks, perpend to perpend, and build a wall 1,000 courses tall. Finally, This is the myth of thunder. There was silence. All was asleep in the universe. The stars hadn't even started to twinkle. There was no breeze on the newly formed leaves on trees. No sound of traffic, horns pipping, bicycles ringing their bells. There was just silence. Silence was lonely and longed for his friends, noise and commotion. He longed for his companions so much that noise manifested and came to life in the form of silence's left hand. Noise met with commotion, silence's right hand. They came together and made thunder. Thunder now comes back to remind us of the silence that once was.
This one's called The Myth. I swear I was blind until I met you. You courted me for a day and a night, showed me how dark turned into light, separated earth from sky. And when I refused you, you made me the stars, made each one shine, threw each one up high. And when I recoiled at your touch, you grew forests from dust and gifted me fauna and fruit, plump and lush. And I became intoxicated by your love. I'd live each day to drink you up. With every sip you knew you'd won. With every sip I was undone. Then, assured with your prize, you fixed me where the sun would shine, and I settled into my mountain life, watching the clouds roll by. I looked down on the land you had once called mine, and softly I began to cry. Tears that became doleful streams trickled from my igneous cheeks. My grief poured into a river of shame, the things that might have been. It coursed into a malicious tide, engulfing all things green. I am the furious sea. I am the stuff of nightmares. I sink ships with my rage. I rip infants from the shore. I suffocate everything you have made. As long as tears flow from my eyes, these oceans will survive. Eroding your great masterpiece, despair will never die. It's called Relapse. Relapse. Dog bolts out of the trap. Rush of adrenaline. I stand tall, proud. Solitary island, they can't stop me now. As I rip up the roots I'd placed so carefully down, I court chaos, I write my own lies. Relapse. Quietly craving I function. Skip to the beat of a silent alarm. You'll smile here, cue sad face there. Check the motions from my list. Exist, exist, exist. Relapse. The air turns. Yellow gas, I gasp. Try to push the black dog back. Catch my breath. Grasp at flesh. Or teeth, or hair, or weeds, earth, grit, dirt, dust, scrape and claw. Emerge, step forward, fall. Back into the ground. Muted but screaming out loud. There's only one way you can go now. Rise up, reshape, reform, respire. Relax.
Cheers.
How do I feel? Great, buzzy. Got up there, did it. It was a bit daunting at first. Stomach doing all the wishy-washy things, but got up there, did it. Feel great for doing it, yeah.
Relieved, it went really well. Got a thirst for it now. I think people enjoyed it, and I felt the energy of the room and being in the group of the other poets. It was a really good atmosphere.
I'm looking forward to getting together with the poetry guys and stuff, and if we could do something collectively, today is the first day I met everyone and performed and they liked it, so to do something together I think would be wicked.
Yeah, tonight's been really great. I'm really proud of the guys. It's been an amazing event. the crowd came out and everyone's had an amazing time. Now's the time using these creative writing tools and the performance tools to start writing for themselves the lives that they want to live. And tonight I think we've seen the guys doing that spectacularly. So really proud of them.
And that was the Do or Die Poets in their performance for the Nottingham Poetry Festival in 2017. It also gives us a great flavour of what the Sobar was on a very busy, great night, and what the Sobar will be again, because we will be reopening. Special thanks goes to Crocodile House there for putting that video together for us back in 2017, and yeah, I knew we'd get some great use out of it. Okay, without further ado, we're here to bring you the best of what Sobar Social has to offer poetry-wise, so let's start with the main man, the big cheese, the head honcho. He's one of our own, Miggy Angel.
This poem today that I'm going to read is called The Wind. It's from my first book, Graham Curbstone Psalms. In the final assessment, we all choose a single action and repeat it into infinity. That man there cannot stop adjusting his rearview mirror. This one here is playing with his cufflinks. There's a woman who walks the city banging people's bins with a long stick. My mother would wind an electric eel around her middle finger as her eyes burned sulphur. My father walked the block circumference in an anti-clockwise stoop. There are those whose actions mimic an eclectic range but really are invariable. I keep getting back up. The tallest building in the city retreats back into the earth a millimetre each year. There's this one bullet that haunts the metropolis in search of a recipient it shall never meet. The farmhand counts his sheep diligently, but is always one sheep down when he returns from the valley. I keep on getting back up. The wind keeps on whispering, stay down.
That was the wonderful Miggy Angel there, the main man, the big cheese, I said, the head honcho behind the Do or Die Poets. Miggy's writing group up at the Wellbeing Hub is very popular, very well attended, and these are the fruits of some of the people's creative outputs in that group. So Miggy, massive thanks to you as usual. One of the alumnus of the writing group, the wonderful Gemma Fenn, now works above and beyond, is writing all over the place, performing all over the place. So we were lucky to get her for this little snippet. So Gemma, take it away.
It makes no sense to me. Stories that have no beginning and then sometimes don't end. He has the same colour hair as my granddad when he died, and the same wandering worldly blue eyes, and the same etched-in Celtic lines that conceal torment with a scallywag smile. Oh, and he firmly believes he's right. He can't for the world of him find one person to admire. I get angry, but at the same time I can sort of see his side. If you pitch your tent and stick to your guns, you've got to be prepared to fight. And if you stay in one place too long, well, it's easier for them to see your lies. So I just let it slide. I'm watching bounce and bob from explanation to excuse like a gradually deflating helium balloon. And I look around this room at the madmen, the winos, the junkies, the burnouts who backtracked, said, forget this, I am not going out like that. And I try to pin the exact point that this cell became a sanctuary. And all he really wants is his family. He told me. The day he finally broke, I felt no victory. I just looked him square in the eye as I handed him a hot cup of tea. Worlds apart, but we both stayed out after dark too long. Dancing in the rain, soaked to the bone, untethered, but never truly free.
And that was the amazing Gemma Fenn. She's on social media all over the place. Get hold of her, Gemma Fenn. Type into the magic googly box, she'll come up. A great performer, a great asset to the Do or Die Poets. Talking another wonderful asset, this lady next, Tracy, has been a wonderful asset to us at Double Impact, the charity that runs and owns the Sobar and Sobar itself. She's attended our volunteer schemes here. She's worked her socks off for Sobar to make it a functional and great place to be when we're open. And she's also supported people far and wide within the recovery community. But right now, she's doing what she does best, and that's retailing some of her wonderful poetry. So Tracy, enjoy, take it away.
Summertime thoughts. Prisms of light create shafts so bright. Colours in rays stream across range of sight. Shadows dancing to and fro. Dappled light ebbs in and then out it goes. Arching branches sway in warm breeze. Leaves rustle as if chattering with a calm Sunday ease. A stream softly babbles as it flows through my mind, carrying away thoughts as I slowly unwind.
The wonderful Tracy there, who has been a huge help to us here at Double Impact and Sobar, and a huge help to me making Sobar what it was and what it will be again when we reopen. So we're here to bring you the best of our poets and what they have to offer. Also, the guys and the girls who work in the Do or Die Poets team, in the recovery community, wonderful, amazing human beings, very talented, and it's great. Miggy Angel and their own motivation, the fruits of their creative labours are coming to fruition here at our Throwback Thursday shows. So, again, Becky, take it away.
So this one is called In Battle No More, and it goes like this. It's really about letting go. In battle no more, at least for now. Push aside hurt, regret, fear, and stumbling. They are the scars you wish me to bear. Like pains from a shooting bullet in a necessary or unnecessary war, they, or we, do not always speak. It is a unity unspoken. Humility, or pain, or love of being lost, and then of being found. The memories of the past can now be chosen until the hidden emerges, like a nasty, twisted reminder of what is and is not to be. And there is still the chance that I might stumble. Running. No more running wearing someone else's shoes. I can sprint, jog, I can run, or I can walk with my comfortable new foot companion. So, as I form a process of letting go, knowing there are new seeds to be sown, I feel a wave of excitement. I know, and it would be good. I kind of invite you to watch me grow. Thank you.
Hiya. My name's Beth Parker, and I am one of the Do or Die Poets. I attend the creative writing course at NRN every week with the amazing Miggy Angel, and the first one's called There's No Discrimination During a Pandemic. The nail bar had an A4 piece of paper on its doors that read, "Closed until?" ? She breathed out an irritable and forceful grunt, thinking only of the growing plastic claws on the end of her ageing fingers. Her fake tan now worn off, and Tanya's tans also advertised that they would be unavailable until further notice. She took herself off to Sainsbury's on her 4x4 journey home for a cheeky bottle of Prosecco to commiserate in her lack of victory. Driving past a gym where she spent hour after sweaty hour pushing out that bar of chocolate and that sinful occasional bag of crisps, another sigh. A sigh that filled the vehicle with sadness. Sunglasses on her unkempt hair, brushing away the droplets from her already rosy-soaked cheeks, she pulled up to the gates of the house. Stomach in knots. Gates opened. The slow drive. A drive she dreaded every time he was home. Now he was home. COVID-19 knew fuck her. Now she had no excuse to go out. The world was closed for all non-essential appointments. He opened the door to her, showing his yellow gritted teeth. She walked in, head down. If there was going to be a time that she needed to feel pretty, it was going to be after what was about to happen. And then this is the second poem I've written during lockdown, on a bit of a lighter note. It's called Crazy Town. Media distraction, no plan of action, no home to stay in, food banks wearing thin, nurses on the front line, fuck rules, we're fine, 5G towers built, toilet roll, no guilt, Carol fucking Baskin, no point in asking, leaders keep on lying, times are fucking trying, country's all on lockdown, motherfucking crazy town, check in on the death toll, 60 mins allotted stroll. Domestic violence on the rise, suicides, no surprise, conspiracies to fuck your head, every day 900 dead. Do what you can and do your bit, the situation's fucking shit. It's okay to bitch and moan, now please stay the fuck at home.
Thank you, Beth and Becky there. Apologies needed if Beth's colourful metaphors were slightly a bit too colourful for some, but it's the nature of the art and the nature of the wonderful work that Beth does. So apologies, but it's all part of the work she does. So we're drawing closer and closer to the end of our little show today. We're trying to do this on a weekly basis to bring Sobar back into your lives before we reopen. Obviously, Sobar is run by the charity Double Impact, helping volunteers, helping people within the community recover from substance misuse issues. So any donations, if you see a button flying around on our Facebook pages, please give generously, because what that does is allow us to do our work in the community, make things like this from the wonderful volunteers at Studio House, another great community rehab setting in Nottingham. And it overall helps us bring the recovery community together with other communities and bring them to the fore to be part of our wider society. The wonderful people that work with us, we're so grateful. Thank you. So, without further ado, our next poet, Ali.
This one's called Cars and Caves and Similes and Stuff. I see friendly fire played out in the distance. Memories like adverts project the old wild paths, gulp down into the sunset. BRO Ken verse spilled out on dark into echo chambers and separate ecosystems suspended in infancy, stopping and stopping, AGAIN, not knowing I had restarted, coughing and spluttering with fuel tanks remaining vapors, mesmerizing sine waves of soft fields, loud, gentle. Like me as a child, nodding off in the passenger position without knowing that I'm just coasting down the hill. And I can't tell which way I've come just by looking at the road. I need maps of these lands. What news would I find in the north or the south? What words might I find I once lost from my mouth?
The wonderful Ali Bonsai there. Check him out online as well, because his work is all over the place. So, unfortunately, we're at the end of our show. One more act to go. This wonderful woman has been played on BBC regularly off the back of what we've been doing here. A wonderful performer in her own right, a real cornerstone of the Do or Die poets, and someone you've heard of already, and if you haven't, you will do very soon. So please, a round of applause, virtually or otherwise, the wonderful Ella Burns-Robbins.
The first is called Storms. Jars of tears, raked and stored for tens of years, break, falling gently upon faces of whom they do not belong. Clouds form scrums, foretell some forecoming fable. We are feeble, only people, clasped between the crunching hands of sea and sky, liquefied, an ant between trainer and tarmac. Thunder claps, mocking us, slumped down on our knees. Storming skies start to scream, shout, listen to the stories of your brothers and sisters, they are not so different. Formed via our experience, sure, but we need not make the same mistakes. They undertake their weight so we can be relieved of such a burden. The toil and strife of another person is no less significant just because it circumvents your day-to-day life. This is why the storms must come.
And that was the wonderful Ella Burns Robbins there. Wonderful performer, wonderful human being, and an all-around great asset to the Do or Die Poets and the creative community at large. Sadly, she was our final act for today. We're going to be back next week with some slightly new variables in the show. We're looking to bring people in who will be performing at Sobar when we reopen, which will be very soon. So we're kind of going to do a Throwback Thursday, future Thursday, Friday show somehow, but we'll work it out in a week, as we always do. Before I go, I'd like to say a special thanks to the wonderful guys at Studio House for helping me put this together. Double Impact, our parent charity, make sure you donate, who are helping me put this together, the wonderful Sobar, and Crocodile House, who the first clip you saw there earlier on was from them. So thank you, everyone involved. So, that's it. We're done. See you next week. Thank you very much for your time, and take care, everybody.